Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. Some very interesting news today on the Mortal Kombat front. Nitara is officially revealed, and not only that, Megan Fox is Nitara in Mortal Kombat 1. Now, to be frankly honest with you here, as far as Megan Fox goes, I remember she was in that Transformers movie, and that's about it. So she's not too much of a concern for me, but what is a big deal to me is Nitara herself and her gameplay. Not the least of which she can do something that you can't normally do in Mortal Kombat games, and that is triangle jump. It's like air dashing, but, well, a lot better in a lot of ways. So Megan Fox, cool, I guess. If you like that, that's awesome. But for me now, let's rewind a bit here. Let's just talk about all the Nitara bits from the trailer and how it all pans out, because I think it's quite interesting. So just to start out with, we've seen cinematics of the Lin Kuei climbing a wall before, but not this. So Nitara is shoving Smoke down to the ground, and Smoke decidedly not having the same supernatural powers as Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's probably not the end of him, but it's a good way for him to get clowned on. And here we can see Nitara biting and feeding on someone, and while obviously this is no guarantor of storyline strength, it is Garrus that she's biting down on. And you figure, at least to me, if you can knock down Garrus and give him the old bite, you gotta be decently strong, because if you've seen anything of the MK11 and Aftermath story modes, you know Garrus is a tough boy. So that in and of itself is pretty interesting. Now, gameplay. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, the absolute most exciting thing is it appears that Nitara has triangle jumps. Now, Mortal Kombat and NRS games like Injustice have had air dashes before, but a triangle jump is quite a bit more devious. In that, it's effectively an air dash going downwards, right? So the idea generally behind the triangle jump is, on my way down, either I can attack you while on my way down, but I'm still airborne, therefore an overhead block, or I land and immediately go for a low. So immediately guess high-low out of the gate. And of course, more layers and all that kind of stuff, because then I could jump again and go high-low again, or I could throw you, or whatever, right? And they show you here specifically, her triangle dash has like no landing recovery. You can attack right away out of it. So as long as she has like one decent low, she's going to do pretty okay on the offense. Now we can see here in one of the gameplay clips, she's hitting a crouch blocking Smoke overhead while airborne. So you're assuming, at least I would assume, this is at the peak of the triangle dash right before it hits the ground, right? So going for the overhead option and then splats him out. And of course, we have a lot more than just that. So after the knockdown, we have this whole extended sequence, which shows some more fun things. So we have a buff. So big old circle of blood, and then Nitara starts glowing. Not 100% sure what it is, but we can make some educated guesses. Now after this, goes for a kick, which seemingly leaves her airborne as she spends a meter and goes into an air dash. Now this is a more traditional air dash, just directly across, no angles, but then attacks directly from it and lands and gets some combo strings in. Calls the Kano assist, which helps re-stagger the combo, but the thing you might notice here, by the end of it, well, she no longer has that glow going on. So either it naturally ran out by itself, maybe it's just a damage buff, who knows? Or perhaps the spit she did ends it, or perhaps the dive kick, which bounces when it's enhanced, ends it as well. Not exactly sure, but these seem to be the options. And yes, as our winged combatant, you might notice here that after the ground bounce and comboing, she is going for a fatal blow. So she can do fatal blows while in the air. And naturally enough, for anyone who gets hit by the fatal blow, bad news bears. Now, in our next sequence we're looking at here, more interesting things are discovered, not the least of which is air combos, right? So going for an air combo, bounce the enemy, goes for the triangle dash downwards to hit the ground in time. While doing this, Nitara calls in the Scorpion assist, which we now know has a double up fireball, which is great. And also, it's what we call an ambush assist, so you can just click the button and he comes in whenever, no need for setup or anything like that. Which is great because it helps extend this combo and lets the juggle be possible. Also for zoners, more fireballs on screen at any given time, that seems like it'll be a pretty good deal. So after getting the rejuggle, she jumps up, more air combos, and goes into this sort of like hit, grab, bite. Bites the enemy, vampire, makes sense. But now she's glowing like she was glowing before with the buff. Now, can't know for sure, you know, that's how it is, we gotta speculate. But seemingly, since the exact same kind of glow here after the bite, perhaps just any kind of vampiric bite gives you the same buff as the buff that we saw earlier, just that you don't need the setup. If you're doing it raw, you need the setup, but if you get the bite, you get it just as a nice little fun bonus. That's what I'm currently assuming right now. We'll find out soon enough, I guess. In our last sequence here, so quick string into Motaro, that is his low fireball, into the buff again. And now this is where we had the triangle dash. Once again, this will definitely be like almost certainly the most important part of the character. She does have a meterless launcher string, always gotta like that. And then air combo, bounce down, dive kick, and splat the enemy. So the dive kick certainly is special, as we saw the meter burn version, which bounces the enemy up for more combos. So dive kicks, triangle jumps, all that kind of stuff. Like, this is our aerial combatant, to say the least. And here we get a taste of what seems to be her back throw. So everyone's back throw unique animation. Her, just a quick side switch and a dump on your head. And that's all the gameplay. It's not a lot, but neither were we expecting Nitara revealed today either. So definitely take what we can get. And already, even with this fairly limited information, she's solidified herself as one of the more unique combatants in the game, as definitely just is the aerial offense character. Once again, I really want to stress, if you've never played a game with triangle jumps before, like say, Marvel, Darkstalkers, whatever, a triangle jump is so much more powerful than a regular air dash. And given it looks like she has triangle jumps and all that's associated with it, with the high-low, very difficult to block offense nonsense that it entails, she's gonna be pretty okay, is my guess. Remains to be seen, I suppose, but if you've never had the block good triangle jump offense, trust me, you're gonna be in for a wild ride. The old up block mechanic, given that it lets you punish just about all jumping attacks, will definitely be worth its weight in gold, but then again, also it'll be the easiest thing ever to bait out with a triangle jump, because you can just land and go for a low, and then that anti-air block kind of means nothing, right? Combined with the fact that it looks like she has regular air dashes as well, as we can see here. That's a meter burn version off a move that left her airborne. So just going to be very, very tricky offense. Also not character related, but stage related here. Whoever this guy on the right is not having a good day. I'm assuming this stage is a variant on Shang Tsung's laboratory, given all the weird experiments and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's kind of grody. So yeah, as far as Nitara goes, I'm very interested. Like, I play QB in Darkstalkers, right? So if Nitara plays like I think she plays, I'm going to be right at home. And also, even though I don't care too much about Megan Fox, as I said, right? It's certainly a damn sight better than Ronda Rousey, right? For the most part, I've seen a lot of people just happy that it's Megan Fox. Ronda Rousey, that one will go down in history as a mistake, I think. But my friends, we are like a week away from Mortal Kombat 1's launch now. It is just right around the corner. So we're going to get our hands on the game real soon. And of course, for combos, guides, tutorials, I will do my best to be the #1 channel on YouTube for it. So make sure to keep tuned in, because I'll have some good stuff for you. And other than that, well, I guess that's the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Mortal Kombat.